Hello everybody, I hope you're all doing well. So today it is day 10. You'll probably receive this message on day 11. I just wanted to tell you all thank you for your prayers. I really appreciate them all. Thank you for thinking about me. Thank you for prayers for my family and everything. We really appreciate it all. And yes, we also, if you guys need prayer requests, feel free to ask and we'll add it to the list. We're in this together. It's not a solo fight or my fight alone, but we're a family of God. And yes, like I said, we're in this together. So today I looked in the mirror and saw my beard is starting to grow. So that's a good sign. The chemo is not affecting my hair growth. And it's like we've prayed with my family, and like my dad's also said, just like the wall of fire protecting, or the column of fire protecting Israel and guiding them during the night time during the Exodus out of Egypt, so too God will protect my healthy and good cells, and only the cancer cells will be affected by the chemo. And yes, so today I'm feeling a lot better than even before I left hospital, or I entered into hospital. So yes, God's really good, and I can already start to feel the miracle happening. And yes, I just wanted to about the beard and everything. It reminded me about the story of Samson and what he did and everything. And he was one of the judges of Israel, for those of you who don't know. And if you want to read his full story, it's from Judges 13 till 16. And basically the thing that stood out to me was that he had God's strength with him. I mean, he slew 1,000 Philistines with a donkey's jawbone. I mean, that's an incredible feat on its own. And those Philistines weren't just sommer Mr. Piet and sy maat across the street. They were real tough soldiers. And yes, and he slew them, and it was all because of God. But once he started losing focus on God and playing with fire, and because he didn't want an Israelite to be his wife, and he always went chasing after the Philistine woman. And then Delilah, she led him into temptation to reveal the secret of his strength, which was his hair growing, and that he never cut his hair. That was a covenant his mom made with God, his parents made with God, that he should never cut, that the blade should never touch his head, basically. So Samson was then thrown into prison and everything. He was blinded and everything, but he then repented of it, and his hair started growing back. And then in chapter 16, you'll see where he asks God in, I think it was 28, to just give him one last feat of strength. And so he crumbled an entire temple on his own by pushing down the pillars. So even if you fall, even if you've taken God's grace and his love and his strength for granted, if you come back to him, he will graciously accept you again. But remember, like any friendship, there are rules to it. And the rules we find with our relationship with God is found in the Bible. The Bible is the instruction book for humanity from God. It was written by men, but inspired by God. That's why you won't find any significant error in it. I'll also link a video underneath this one, to which you can go do your own study on the Bible and everything, if you don't believe me. But yeah, and I also wanted to read Matthew 5 verse 13 to 16. It says, "You are the salt of the earth, but if salt has lost its taste, how shall its saltiness be restored? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled under people's feet. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden, nor do people light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a stand, and it gives light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. So my friends, it's not about, no, if God tells me, then I'll go and evangelize or whatever. You are the salt and the light of the world. What does salt do to wounds? It burns. The truth hurts. The person who you are is a sinner and is lost to be condemned forever to hell. That's the reality of the situation. But because Jesus died on a cross, that can be changed. We've all already failed this test of life. To be good in God's eyes is to be perfect. We've all failed. We've all broken at least one commandment out of the 10, which is the moral law of God. But Jesus said, I'll give you a second chance, but this time we'll do it my way. So do it Jesus' way. Like he told his disciples in John 14 verse 15, if you really love me, keep my commandments. So if you really love Jesus, you will not willfully go into sin knowing, okay, this is wrong. Like, for example, watching a movie that you know has inappropriate scenes in, or they blaspheme or whatever, like something like that. And yes, we can get into all the details and everything, but you know what triggers your conscience and what not. And that trigger, that guilt effect you feel, that's the Holy Spirit working in your life, telling you to not do this, to turn around and to do the right thing. Anyways, thank you for listening. I encourage you to go read Matthew 5 verses 17 to 20 on your own as well. And yes, thank you for the prayers and everything. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.